Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I'd like to look at the Quatari jet. Why did Rumples have to go home on old Air Force One? So I'm using the Deviant Moon Tarot and we'll go down to the table and we'll see why. Okay, so why did the criminal in chief have to use Air Force One to go home from Turkey? All right, so first one jumped out was the Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Stick him up here. The second one crossing them is the work that went on behind the scenes. So what happened in the work behind the scenes is what's crossing him. Some kind of work must have been faulty. Something that they did. Something wasn't correct. They found that something in the work was manipulated with the magician. Okay. What else can you tell me about the Quatari jet? Ace of Swords, tampering. Tampering. Who is tampering? Queen of Wands. Not sure what this means yet. There was some kind of power play. I'm going to just put that back there. I shouldn't have put it this way. But I wanted you to see better, but obviously you can't see that card at play. The Empress. Something. So the Empress is about abundance, right? And being at the head, the leader of your domain. Let's just keep going because there's these women cards coming out, but I feel like it was a plant because of the Ace of Swords. Something was planted. She's also holding a plant, a flower. Something that would have caused absolute destruction. Wow, this is scarier than I thought. What really happened behind the scenes? Was it a bomb? Coming together. So there was a collaboration. I have these upside down. There was a collaboration going on. Interesting. Against the government, against the leader, against the head of state, against Dumpy, King of Pentacles. Okay, was it a bomb? I want to just ask a few. Maybe I'll pick out, I'll use my Rider Waite Smith deck. Let's just clarify. Some kind of threat. Was it an actual bomb? Abuse of power. Again, the Ace of Swords. All these swords coming up after him. Something going on from the past. So something they overlooked in the jet from the past. Let's look at the Magician at the bottom of the spread here. So it was given as a gift, right? Given as a gift. They put a lot of money into this plane, into this gift. Looked like they were sharing. But there was some kind of ulterior motive with it, of course. Another leader is possibly plotting against him. Yeah, they're being overly cautious because they took this gift without thinking. Yeah, there's all these the Nine of Wands and the Seven of Wands are both like guarding, battling, which would have led to a loss. I want to know if it was a bomb, though. Can you please tell me if it was a bomb? Let's look at the Queen of Wands. Clarify the Queen of Wands. The Chariot. The Soldier. Celebration. I don't know what the celebration means. Another coming together against the king, I think. So I believe it was some kind of military person must have found something out about some kind of plot, some kind of coming together against Dump. I don't think it was an actual bomb. I think it was more hearing, they knew from the past that people wanted him dead. The Iranians want him dead. So they're not trusting what's in that plane. I think it was another threat that happened. I think it was just threatening with all the swords, threats, undermining. Yeah, people coming together against him. I think they got some kind of report that something was planted there. I also want to take a look at his health. So the thief in chief, we'll take a look at his health. Let me just remix. I'll be right back. So he seems to look worse and worse. I want to see how his health is coming back from Turkey. I'm going to use the Cartes de Visite, this photo deck, just for a little fun for us. A little, spiritual relief for us. I have to pick up the cards, some fell. Okay, let's see what the photo deck has to say. It's pretty scary, but it's fun. Okay, how is his health? Friday night bingo, one hell of a game. Their hats are on fire. This could be MAGA's hats on fire here. We have the little devil in the background. This is the people around him. Their hats are on fire. I think about how poorly he did in Turkey and at NATO. What's coming out for him. This one says, Fenwood Gentlemen's Club, 1913. This is like the Mitch McConnell crowd that surrounds him. The old cronies are aware, I think, of how old he's getting. They're aware of the time he has left. I think that's what it's speaking to. You tell me what you think about that, because I like when you all join in. Okay, and one more. Okay, welcome home, Doris. And this one, Doris is trying to get away from her husband here, and they're dragging her back home. Being dragged back home, I think, are the words I would use for him. Tell me what you think. Okay, back down at the table. Let's see what's happening to DJT's health. My spirits know who I'm talking about. The deck knows who I'm talking about. I only use this deck on them. Okay. So we have a health card coming out, right? The Two of Pentacles here. So to me, it shows he's trying to maintain his balance. And it also speaks to illusion. Look over here, look up here, don't look here, don't look up here, you know? So I think that's part of it going on. A little light over here. Okay, the Seven of Swords here, eating your own words. So everything he said about Sleepy Joe and all that, and they went off on Biden's health. Well, now you have to swallow that own sword that you're too old. You need to resign. You don't have. You're not capable of doing the job. So, Seven of Swords. Let's see. Oops. Two of Swords. Something's being stopped. There's a break here. He might have to, this week, go on a little mini vacation. That's interesting. The King of Swords. So the legal issues are really strong this week. We know that Eugene Carroll won, and she will get paid. So something going on legally. We want to see more, though, about the health. Show me more about his health. What's happening? Will anything happen to him where he gets removed? Here we have another health card, the Seven of Pentacles. So this speaks to me about, because this little witchy poo here is poking the tree right in the middle. So it's like the heart, problems with the heart and the valves. I would take it as that, this card. Problems with the heart right in the center. Problem with a main artery. Then we have the Ten of Swords. Not looking so good. Ten of Swords is sort of the ending to someone, but I'm not going to predict endings when, because these cards always come out with him ending. But spirit time and our time differ. We have another big issue with health. It's a huge issue coming out with the Ace of Pentacles. Huge health crisis may be finally erupting. This is about the medications, the elixir keeping him going, taking your medication, the Nine of Cups, genie's out of the bottle. I think they can't hide it anymore, although they still try to hide it. It's all coming out in the open. And the last card, the final card, is the Knight of Swords. So things are getting very dire for him, I would say. More aggressively, his health is going down faster and faster. Knight of Swords. Any last final words for us that we need to know about his health this week? Anything? Any surprises? Page of Wands. News coming out, but he's skating on thin ice. He's walking on thin ice here. It's very precarious, his health now, especially after all this travel. Oh, we have the Queen of Wands coming out. This card always represents J.D. Vance to me. Any last messages? So maybe he's getting ready to pounce. And the Wheel of Fortune, major change, karma, destiny. So thank you for watching, everyone. I really appreciate all your hypes, your likes, your comments. Please keep it going. Thank you very much for watching and taking the time to be here. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.